Okay, so before we actually get into the lift, quick tip, quick little life hack that I learned. If you're into photography, or if you got a fancy pants camera with a bazillion-dollar lens, a little life hack, don't drop it onto pavement. That does not work out very well. So just in case you didn't know that, lenses and concrete, not an awesome combination. Luckily, Geek Squad has my back because I got the protection plan. So, all good there. But actually, getting on to something that matters, legs. I was kind of. The location of the lift tonight was kind of up in the air a little bit. I was like, do I want to go to, one of these gyms that's like 15 minutes away, one that's like 45 minutes away, even though that one's, really cool and has all sorts of cool shit. But still just going to choose the rec center, 5 minutes away. Of course, it's, I'm still going to drive around, do a little car talk. But, you got to remember the weight weighs the same whether you're at a small time or just like a normal ass gym like a YMCA or a Planet Fitness, or if you're at fucking Gold's Gym Venice, or if you're at the Oxygen Gym in Dubai. Actually, okay, if something is fully fledged, look, there is benefit. I'm not saying that I wouldn't probably prefer to lift at a gym every time with like the most niche and epic and sick equipment, but is it really necessary? Come on, all my leg day is going to be is squats, leg extensions, and some leg curls. And guess what? I think I could find that pretty much anywhere on the fucking planet. So, no need to go anywhere fancy or do anything special. But plan is going to be hamstring curls first, which I'm kind of chilling on hamstrings a little bit. I think I need to maybe reorganize my workout split in a way, because I don't want to do like a crazy amount of hamstring volume before I start quads, because then I'll just sort of be pre-exhausted in a way. Quads is hard enough as it is. So the hamstring sets, they're going to be quick. Or not quick, but, only a couple. So maybe, honestly, could be as low as 3 sets. As long as they're, good hard sets. Because after that, my hamstrings are pretty pumped. And pressing, they do come into play. So I think I want to play around with quads a bit more today. I know I'm going to start off with 2 sets of leg extensions first, just because that's pretty much as much leg extending as I need to get my knees nice and warmed up, but also as little as necessary, so that once I actually get up to, squat however many plates is as heavy as I can go tonight, my knees don't fucking explode. So after maybe 2 sets of squats, I might even push it to 3, hard to say. I definitely want to get another sort of pressing variation in. And I'm a little bit conflicted, because for me to get onto a normal leg press, there's one here that I really like. It's kind of like a pendulum. I don't think it's a Nautilus. Whatever. It's the one where the leg press is sort of foot stand. What do you call that thing? Whatever. The weight sort of acts on a pendulum. If I do it, I'll just show it to you. I can't really describe it for whatever reason. But I do want to get some of that going, just as a different activator. Because sure, look, it is the basic, well, in a basic sense, it's the same thing, right? I'm straightening my leg and then bending my leg with weight, right? Same thing on a squat or a lunge or a leg press, but it is going to feel a bit different. So I want to add some more variability. I might do a little bit of a drop set that I like. There's this machine leg press, which is kind of funky. I will admit, it's like a little bit of a weird movement path, because the seat is what moves. It's not that little foot stand. So, and it kind of goes on an angle, but either way, I do like it because I can really feel my quads doing one side at a time. And since I can go one side at a time, I can do as much weight as I can without being limited by the stack on the machine. So, throw some hamstring curls, some leg extensions, some squats, maybe some leg press variations, and probably some more leg extensions with sissy squats into a fucking shaker cup. Shake that shit up, and I'm sure it's going to result in a pretty solid leg pump. Oh, I guess there's a few more ingredients to that equation. 2.5 scoops of hostility amped plus some bloodshot. So that's sort of the higher stim hostile pre. I kind of rip on people for doing high stim, getting up in like the 500 milligram range. But for leg days, I have been liking it. But then again, 250. Actually, I got on the scale this morning. Well, I got on the scale after eating a little bit of food. It doesn't really count. But let's just say 250. A 250 pounder doing 500 milligrams of caffeine, I would say is much different than a 160 pounder doing 500 milligrams of caffeine. So keep that in mind. Keep that in freaking mind. So let's park, pack up my bags, and hope that the leg machines are not packed. All right, so after just kind of camping out here for 8 or so minutes, going heavier and heavier and heavier, and this stack isn't even that heavy anyway, but now I'm comfortable to actually do a good working set. I don't know, 20 reps, 25 reps. Again, this stack is very light, so I'm going to try to make the reps more difficult by holding and squeezing at the bottom, at least for the first few when I'm fresh. And then at the end, for partials, I'll just do them when it's necessary. Okay. I think the same style for the rest of them. We'll be ready to move on to quads soon. No, it should switch. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm sure any of you formed fanatics loved those slow controlled reps, but let's get ready for some heavy shit. I'm working with this guy on leg extensions. He's cool. This machine is it's half broken, but it still works, so it doesn't matter. Full stack, And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to do these reps the same as I did on the hamstring curl. Moderately controlled, squeeze, and then burn out with partials once I'm already totally fatigued. Okay. Okay. I think one more like that. You know, that first set really wasn't that intense, so I'm not really gonna count it. All right, come on. Okay. That's enough here. Let's go fucking squat. Okay, that's enough. Fuck. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh. I didn't think 10 was going to happen, and I didn't want to have to re-rack that shit before doing another one. Ooh, I'm feeling lightheaded. Let's take a seat, recover, and run that shit back. Fuck. Holy shit. Oh my god. Ah. Let's do one more. One fucking more of those. Ideally to failure. And then move on to some other fucking something. Got it. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Oh. Oh my god. That felt like 50 times heavier than the first two sets. Holy shit. That was a weird fatigue curve. Let's put that shit down. I feel like if I try to do those wobbly ass reps, I'd fucking hurt myself. Let's go finish with some other lighter shit. No more axial loading. And then fucking check the pump. All right. I think I may have had my fill of pressing today. So let's finish off with, I think, just leg extensions, supersetted with sissy squats, and then hose down. I know I said I was going to add machine leg press, but dude, I fucking destroyed my quads with those squats. Ooh, but light-ish squeezing. You get the deal. Ah, fuck. Nah. Okay. Fuck. Okay, one more, and we are fucking done. Quads ended up being a little shorter than expected, and more intense than expected. Fuck. These reps will be a little bit rapid instead of slow and squeeze. Oh, okay. 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 Oh, yes. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, the quads are destroyed. Let's fucking get out of here. All right, exposure down slightly. Let's raise the camera so I can actually see my fucking legs. All right, let's see how we're looking here. So, I wish that last set of squats would have been closer to 6 reps, but that just was not fucking happening. I don't know how. That is such a crazy fucking strength curve. 9 reps, 8 reps, fucking barely 2 reps. And I know it got me. It wasn't like my quads were destroyed, of course, but what really hit me was on my lower back. And not in like a painful way. Like I could tell it was definitely getting a little bit like compressed just from all the fucking weight. But really my erectors were just fucking destroyed to the point where I could hardly like stay stable. So for me personally, I don't think as a bodybuilder, I don't need massive erectors. That's like your lower back, your Christmas tree down here. I don't need those to be much bigger than they already are. I want my lats and my mid traps to grow. So as soon as I did that set and I felt that fatigue, it immediately made me think I need to start doing belt squats. Take my fucking spine out of the equation. Whew. But quads certainly feel pretty fucking pumped. Let's see if that correlates to their look as well. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, the lighting isn't necessarily ideal, but dude, that is some meat on my legs if I've ever seen it. So I can tell I'm definitely getting a little bit softer. Like at my peak last bulk, I was a little bit leaner than this. So you gotta remember, your leanness has almost a fucking direct correlation with how you appear size-wise, especially on camera. So even though right now, of course with food in my stomach, in the morning I'm like 253, but earlier today I was 256. But if you weigh yourself during the day, it doesn't really count because you gotta remember, you've eaten food and you've drinking water, so that's not real weight on your frame. But at like when I'm dieted down and I'm really cut at like 230, in pictures I look bigger than I am right now because this is kind of in terms of bodybuilding and kind of illusions and whatever, it's very, well, optical illusion biased in the sense where if I was posing down next to maybe, or if you compare 2 pictures, me next to like a 200 pounder, but he was diced as fuck, show ready, he's gonna look crazier than me, even though physically I've got more mass on my frame. So I think that's a part of bulking which people don't really love, because sure, you do get bigger and you do get stronger, but in photos we're also fucking desensitized to how things look from social media or whatever, that any loss of apparent size or like, you know, cuttedness, like leanness or abs or whatever, losing any of that is like, oh no, I can't lose that. But you gotta remember, in order to get from, you know, wherever you are now to you with more muscle mass, I think that intermediate stage, you've got to gain a little bit of body fat at some point. And if that's too much for you to handle, then either change your mentality or stay small. So I say, at least for me, embrace the bulk, put a little bit of body fat on, so that when you diet down in the future, you've actually built something underneath. I love the analogy. When I get fully bulked, which at the end of this bulk, I want to be fatter than I am right now, not for the sake of being fat or having more body fat on my frame, but because that will mean that I've really bulked up, right? I want to form a cocoon around myself so that I can emerge as a fucking butterfly at the end of it. So eventually I'll reach a point where I just want to main gain. Like if I was 200, I don't know how many pounds lean, there's going to be a limit where I'm like, this is nice. I'm just going to stay here. But until I get to that point, I'm going to keep trying to pack mass on month after month, year after year to infinity. So let's get in the car. I'm definitely going to fucking chill a little bit, hang out, loiter. I got 100 grams of cluster dextrin mixed berry in my jug, so I've got some carbs at my disposal. I'm in no rush to get home and eat. Of course, I do want to get home and eat, but I want to chill a little bit first. So let's get in the car. Oh, I'm glad this fucking thing didn't die mid-set. I didn't realize I was on like 0 fucking percent battery from that second set of squats until the end of the lift. That would have sucked. I guess luckily I didn't say anything too groundbreaking, but yeah. That is an instance where fucking belt squats are gonna come into play. And this is nuts because this is right after seeing a Mike Isertal video hyping up belt squats. Before, because obviously I love squats. Squats are king in my opinion. But today was literally a day where my axial, I'm literally stealing the word axial from the video of him that I watched, but my axial system or whatever simply could not handle the weight. Like 5 plates for those 2 sets totally destroyed me erector wise. I just could not continue, at least not safely. But even though those 2 reps were fucking hard, I don't think I would have gotten a 3rd one. Maybe I should have just decreased in weight, but I think I would have rather just switched to a belt squat or maybe a leg press. There was a leg press at that gym that I do like. Maybe I should have switched to that. But I've got to load a ton of plates on it. It's kind of a hassle. Either way, definitely moving a little bit towards the right direction, I think, with my quad training. Hamstrings have been doing all right for me. They still poke out a solid amount when I'm cut down. When you bulk up, you got to remember your hamstrings kind of lose some size, and not even just physical size, but almost in just a kind of optical illusion kind of way. Because I don't know about you, but I've got a ton of fat deposits just on my freaking booty. So the bigger your butt is, the smaller your hamstrings are going to look from the side. So whenever I cut down and I lose that, I mean, I couldn't tell you just how thick of a fat layer there is, but it's a substantial size difference. So when I cut down, the hamstrings are looking pretty good. But quads, I'd say 99% of us, quads need to be brought up. It's kind of a rare situation that you have quads that are overpowering your physique or your build. Nobody's going up to people and being like, dude, you gotta hit shoulders too, man. You gotta hit arms too. Right? Not every day is leg day. That's a fantasy world. And if you believe that, you're living in it. So I'm starting to think that I want to hit legs or quads at least, in a bit of a lengthier, more strenuous way. And what I mean by that is it's not like I want to make my sets easier. I still want to push each set hard, but there is a difference in not fatigue per se, but let's just say muscular damage, right? Like I can sit here and do a million sets of curls with the 30s and squeeze pretty hard and make them good sets, right? Like I could hit failure doing them very controlled, right? And if I do sets with like the 75s, I can do maybe 2 good sets in a row, and then I'm going to start to lose strength pretty drastically. I can't maintain that weight. So when it comes to quads, just from looking around, man, I mean, we're seeing all these 80s videos, right? Ronnie running around, not running, but in the parking lot with fucking a plate on his back, long ass lunges. Same thing with Jay, same thing with all these freaks for the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And you got to remember, or maybe I have to remember, strength does not directly correlate with size, at least not always, right? Or rather, it's a one-way street. right? A square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. So as you get bigger, you will get stronger. The larger a muscle is, the stronger it will be. But you can get stronger without getting bigger. So, in that sense, I think beyond 5 plate squats for me, I think that's like the limit of necessary load, where going any heavier isn't going to give me any better results quad wise. Like, I was just doing a hypothetical with, he's a power lifter, but when I finished my leg day, he came in and he was going to squat 6 plates for a single. So I ended up just chilling with him, kind of helping him with his weights. And I kind of brought up this hypothetical. It's like, what's going to be better for my quad development? Right? Doing those 2 sets of 5 plate squats and then having to move on to leg extensions because I just physically can't do the weight anymore. Or doing like 5 or maybe even 6 sets of like 4 plates or even 3.5 plates or 3 plates for upwards of maybe 20 reps or so, and that's where failure is. I'm starting to think that's going to be the better approach. I'm just going to get more damage done in at least a different way than what I've been doing before. Really heavy sets and intense sets, lower volume. I like it. We all like it. Mike Mentzer, love him. But I've been doing kind of intense quad lifts for a while, right? Like just my few sets of really heavy squats, or even just one crazy heavy set of squats, and then some heavy leg extensions and some sissy squats at the end, and that's it. So next leg day, I think I want to try something completely different, and maybe try that for a little period of time and see if anything changes. But instead of doing, what was that, 6 sets for quads, like maybe breaking into like the 12 set range. And not because I think 12 sets is better than 6 sets or anything specific like that, right? I just want to do that because it's something different, right? Because I've been doing this kind of lower volume for quads and I've gotten a certain amount of results from it. So the only way I'm going to know if there's a better way to do it is to try something different and see what happens. I'd say that's the best way to learn anything. I'm not saying that you should go into the gym completely blind and try to oh, is this curl going to grow my biceps? A lot of the heavy work in terms of like basic fundamentals of the gym and gaining muscle and building strength, a lot of the heavy lifting has already been done. We already get the gist of most of it. Maybe not like completely scientifically backed, right? If there was a perfect scientific approach to building muscle, and I'm talking an absolutely perfect approach, if that was out there, we'd know it, right? But bro science ends up being true, man. Right? You hit calves with kind of higher volume, maybe a higher frequency. Heavy weights, you get the gist, right? Give yourself a couple of days rest in between hitting a muscle group. So if you hit chest today, don't hit chest tomorrow, right? Give it a few days to actually recover and then hit it. The basic outline has already been set. You don't have to think about that. But when it comes to your actual training, your volume, your sets, your style, your training frequency, how many rest days you do, everything, a lot of that is going to be up to you. And not just up to you to decide arbitrarily, but up to you to try, realize what results you can get. So, you pick a training style, you do it for a couple of months, see what happens, right? If you're the exact same dude, if you're the same weight, strength, everything, after 3 months of training, then clearly something's off. Something in your equation is not up to par. Maybe it's your food, maybe it's your sleep, but a lot of the times, I'd say everyone's training can improve. And that's not me saying like, oh, I could like pinpoint every aspect of your training that's wrong and I can tell you the right way to do it. That's not what I'm trying to get at. Because a ton of people get serious results training completely fucking differently. So I'd say the X factor, which is going to differentiate a beast from a Joe, is the dudes who can adjust their training style accordingly, try new things, see what works, and then, put all their chips into the basket that they know is going to hold the most. Let me kind of rephrase that scenario. If you've tried a certain number of styles of workouts, or if you've done a couple of bulks, and each bulk you maybe approach your training a little bit differently, if you know which style worked the best for you, like maybe doing lower, more like 6 sets ish for your sets or for your workouts instead of like 15, right? Maybe you did a bulk doing high volume and you did a bulk doing lower volume, and on that lower volume one, you made better gains, right? That's like if you've got two fucking horses in a race and you know for a fact one of them is faster. Which one do you think you're going to bet on, So that's all I'm trying to say there. Look at your training and maybe don't even get that far. I was just talking to somebody and he's like, this is the end of my lift, so I'm just sitting around, we're chatting. And he's like, what should I change? What should I hit most? He was just kind of asking me, like, my opinion, like, do I have any body parts that are lagging? What should I work more? And I said, before we get into like pinpointing specific body parts, what are you skipping? Right? And he knew. He immediately made a face like, oh shit, I've been skipping legs. And that's what I told him, man, just hit everything. You don't have to get so detailed with it until you're at a pretty fucking advanced level. Right? If you're an early lifter, if you're a year 2, year 3, fuck man, even year 4, I'm still just hitting everything with the same volume, except for shoulders, because they are noticeably a little bit advanced. But I don't see the benefit in like, well, my lats are a little too big. I guess I'm going to skip back for a couple of months and just do chest. I don't know. Unless you've got a pretty serious muscular imbalance in terms of your different body parts, I say the name of the game for your training is just overall accrual of mass. Put some muscle on everywhere you can fucking get it. So I don't think you need to be really biasing one thing over the other too much, at least not too soon in your training. You should really just be focusing on the basics. Right? Make sure you hit every body part twice a week. And no matter what amount of volume you do, if every workout, you know that you worked hard, you know your sets were effective, you know that you finished the lift with a pump. You don't even have to know it. You can literally see it in the mirror when you pose down at the end of it. And then maybe you're sore a little bit the next day. Not that soreness is an indicator that you did a good workout, but if you have a really good leg day, you're going to feel it. And then get your gram per pound of body weight of protein in. That's always kind of a lengthy phrase, but you get what I'm saying. If you're a 200 pounder, 200 grams of protein from quality sources. Personally, I'm a huge fan of meats, milks, and eggs. But, fucking man, soy protein's out there too. I get a ton of comments when I hate on soy protein. And maybe I'm just, subject to the propaganda against, like, soy boys. We've all heard that kind of joke. But, hey man, fuck it. If it's a complete amino acid array, and you're getting everything that you need, and you're making gains, who am I to say you're wrong? If you're doing something and it's legitimately working, who gives a fuck what anybody else says? So, but get your protein in, eat hard, go to sleep early. You're definitely not going to expect to turn into a freak if you're getting 5 hours of sleep per night. Nowhere near enough. And then, fuck man, just make sure you're having fun with it. If you're not enjoying your training in some way or another, then there's absolutely no way that you're going to be able to keep training on a consistent basis without getting fucking burned out. I'm a little bit spoiled because, like, for whatever reason in my brain, I'm just completely wired to like need to lift every day. So it's not even really a question about discipline for me. It's just like part of my deal. But especially for new lifters, this is who I'm really kind of targeting when I say this part, is you have to actually be able to enjoy it in some way or another. Either make sure you go lift with your buddies because you need a little bit of like external hype to, get you going. For a beginner who's like a totally uninitiated dude, it's not that hard to just go into the gym and be like, I'll just go through the motions of it. Nobody fucking knows how hard I'm going, whatever. Right? If you get some dogs with you to actually push you on your sets, you're going to get better gains, man. And when you're a total beginner, that's when you're most prime for those beginner gains, right? I think that if you took two dudes completely new to the gym and you each had them train in similar styles and you fed them the same amount of food, the one who lifted harder and did more hard sets versus the one who lifted a little bit more, I don't want to say easily, but he didn't take his sets as intensely or as far as the other guy, in a 3-month period as a beginner, those two characters are going to look vastly different, drastically different builds. And I'd say I stand behind that pretty well, man. You know, and don't just. This is the worst comment I see. I hate this. It's oh well, should I do my sets that hard? Well, I don't want to train that hard. Out of anything that I see on all anything fitness influencer wise, even when I see people like comment about like, oh, calories in, calories out doesn't matter. Like even when I see that, which I know is just blatantly wrong, that doesn't fucking grind my gears as much as people who sort of say, oh, well, you shouldn't train that hard. You're not gonna be able to recover from that. Why don't you just fucking find out? Why don't you do a chest day where you fucking push it harder than you ever have before? And it doesn't. You don't have to be kicking and screaming in between every set. You know whether or not you're gonna make your next rep or if you're gonna fail it. And the more often that you can get to a point where you physically cannot get another rep, or better scenario, you have your friends spot you, so you really do hit failure. The more often you do that, dude, the better fucking muscle stimulation you're gonna get, and then the better results you're gonna get. And guess what? If you can't recover, you're gonna find out quick. You know, if I did a training style which I'm not accustomed to, like let's say you tried to get me to run a fucking, even a 5K, something that short. If you tried to get me to really run it, it'd probably fucking kill me. But if you had me do that every week for weeks upon end, I'm gonna get used to it, you know? So sure, as a beginner, if you get put through a really hard weightlifting routine, it's gonna hit you like a fucking bus. I did the same thing with my brother when I took him to the gym. I was like a year 2 lifter, so I had him do my routine. And I was doing way too much volume too. But I had him do the same workout as me. The chest day was like 25 fucking sets. Way more than necessary, which I now know, but you know, he had not lifted before like that. And he was fucking dead. Like he got hit pretty hard by it. But now he's doing the same shit. Now he's a hardcore lifter, at least pretty hardcore. I haven't lifted with him for a little while, so he knows how to push it for sure. At least he better be. He is. But you get the gist, man. Look, if you can't recover, then you're going to find out. But in no way do I think the people who comment that have ever trained to the point, or even gotten close to training to the point where they could not recover from one single lift. You know? I doubt anyone who has ever commented something like that has ever done a back day where they pushed themselves so hard that they were like, dude, that was too much. Oh my God. I can fucking guarantee it. You know, you got to remember, anything on social media, comment section wise, dude, it's just full of fucking goobers, right? Anything, do not fucking read into that shit, you know? So really what I'm trying to say, just go fucking hard. If you go as hard as you can, that's still not enough. And I'm not saying that in a, you know, demasculinizing way. I'm not saying that like, you can't train hard enough, you're not even capable. I'm literally saying, dude, your mind is going to stop you from physically being able to do another rep. When I do or in that last chest day, that one set of bench that I did where I failed right at the top, I just couldn't fucking push it. If you slapped electrodes onto my fucking chest and you zapped them with I don't know how many volts, I'm sure my pecs were capable of finishing that rep and probably 2 more if they were being, you know, electrolytically stimulated to the max. Right? We've all kind of heard the gist. You're only capable of using so much of your power on a set where, you know, your central nervous system, whatever, you know, you just can't push it. So really I'm just getting upset when people say not to train hard. If I stand for anything, it's to fucking go hard. And to see the absolute antithesis of that, like, oh, don't push your sets that hard. That's the craziest thing that I've ever heard in my life. So hopefully you take that to heart. And you know what? If you do, let's say you do you do a back day and you push it to a point where you can't recover for 3 weeks. Oh, I did a back day 3 weeks ago. I still haven't recovered. You know, if that happens, give me a call and show me and then prove me wrong. But I can guarantee it never fucking will. Eat hard, train hard, sleep hard. You get the gist. So I will see you next time for chest. I'm already getting fucking excited for it.